What's up, amateur illusionists? Today we're going to learn how to create the Penrose triangle, also called the impossible triangle, in Adobe Illustrator. So let's get started. I'm just going to create a new file so we can do this from scratch. I'm going to name this Penrose. I'm going to choose 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels, and everything else pretty much default. Okay. If you want your workspace to look like mine, you can go to Window, Workspace, and Essentials Classic. I'm just going to reset mine. Okay. First let's pull up my swatches here. I don't really want this white fill. We can keep the black stroke. That's fine for now. But with the fill selected, let's just hit none, and yeah, we can keep that black stroke. Okay. And now I want to create a perfect triangle in the center of my artboard to start this out. So we can go here to this drop down menu. It might show the rectangle tool or something else for yours. You can click and hold, and we can go down here to the Polygon Tool is what we want to use. And after that is selected, let's just click in our artboard, and we should get this dialog box up. For the radius, let's choose 100 pixels, and for the sides, let's choose 3 since we want a triangle. And this is going to create a perfect triangle. I do kind of want to bump that stroke up. Let's bump it up to about 5, and let's turn on the round caps and the round corners. Okay. Now that I have that, let's center this up too. Over here in the align panel, make sure you're aligned to artboard, and let's hit the horizontal and the vertical centers. There we go. Okay, so now that I have this in the center of my artboard, I want to kind of cut all of these corners so I can extend those lines. So with it highlighted, let's hit the scissors tool, or C on your keyboard. And now I just want to go to all of these anchor points. I just want to click them so it cuts those shapes. Okay, so now if I were to look at this, I should have all of these separated now. I'm just going to undo so they're back together. And now I just want to extend these lines kind of in a counterclockwise fashion. So with the bottom line highlighted, let's go to the direct selection tool. And we want to click this anchor point to the right. So now we should have this selected without this side selected. And I just kind of want to pull it out. We'll try to do it around 36 dx, whatever that means. And we just kind of want to do this with each of these. So going back to this one now, we want to again go counterclockwise. So let's go with the top. Let's pull it. You should see that like pink guide kind of helping you keep it perfectly at the angle of the original line. If you don't see that, you can go to View and turn on your smart guides. That's what's going on if you do not see those guides helping you out. So I think that one looks pretty good. So now let's click on this line here. We'll click on this bottom anchor point. And again, just pull it out, keeping that smart guide helping you so it's staying at the same angle. Let's pull it out. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now that we have, we could go in there and fine tune those lines, but we're going to keep it, again, pretty rough, not use any guides, just kind of do this the easy way. Now we're going to extend all these lines into another side, basically, and go past all of our second lines that we created. So I think that's easier to show than explain. That was pretty confusing. So with the pen tool selected, let's anchor to this top point. And again, in a counterclockwise fashion, we're just going to pull some new lines down. Let's go down a little bit further. Yeah, just like that. Then we'll use the selection tool to kind of deselect that path. And then go back to the pen tool and do the same thing with this anchor point here. So anchor it to that end and then pull it out. You can hold Shift to kind of help a little bit. Let's pull it out to about there. Then selection tool, select off of that, back to the pen tool, and we'll anchor to this one. And we want to extend this one up pretty high, but we want to keep it in line with this anchor point here. So I think that looks pretty good. Again, use the selection tool, click off of there. If you want to get real particular and make sure that these anchor points are aligned, you can use the direct select tool and highlight both of them, and then just align the horizontal centers just like you would any other shape. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now we're going to do this one more time, uh, kind of take these lines, but we're not going to go as far. We're going to just take this top one and we're going to extend it pretty much to this bottom line here, but let's kind of keep it similar width for this one. But yeah, we don't have to go all the way down. So let's do that. Let's take this line. We'll go to about here. I think that looks pretty good about right there. We're kind of keeping it in line with that one a little bit. This is a little off, but that's fine for now. And now let's go to this line. And we're going to extend all the way up here. And then we're just going to connect to this top point here to end it. All right, this one gets a little skinny, so I'm going to cheat it a little bit. Let's use the direct selection, highlight this corner, and then we can just kind of manually pull it out a little bit. If you see any other sides like that that you want to fine tune, yeah, you can do that. You can pull these out a little bit more, just depending on your preference. I think that looks pretty good. And now, yeah, we can just take these little ends here using the pen tool and just kind of connect them to, yeah, these ends. So last one here, pen tool, anchor it to that. Let's anchor it to this corner. Okay, so now we have pretty much the just the line drawing of the Penrose triangle. There's a couple of places I could probably tighten it up a little bit, but we're not going to worry about that for now. Let's just learn real quick just how to kind of color the insides of these shapes in a bit of an easier way. So let's highlight everything, and let's go to the shape builder tool, which is right here. You can hit Shift M on your keyboard as well. And again, with everything highlighted, hit that tool. And now you see when you hover, you get these like kind of dotted line things. You can actually control the fill and the stroke. So we're going to keep this black fill, but we're just going to pick this like cyan first. And yeah, you should see like this whole like half triangle shape that you can fill like that. Let's pick a slightly different blue. We'll go to this one. That fills in nicely. And let's pick a darker one. And we'll pick this final little triangle shape here. And now we can click off of it. And yeah, we have a filled in Penrose triangle with all of these shapes kind of separated. Yeah, just like that. So again, that's the end of the tutorial. Pretty easy design to make, and yeah, a lot of people use this as their actual logo. Palace uses this as their logo. But yeah, just a fun shape to make in Illustrator and just to build it yourself. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, comment, subscribe, whatever. Just glad you watched it. All right, thanks. Bye.